Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed to another edition of the Panthers Report right here on the Mark Moses Show, always sponsored locally by Florida Tech Athletics. And I know we got the big conference tournament coming up next week for Florida Tech women's soccer. Right now we're joined by their great head coach, Katy Freels. Coach, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Mark. Looking forward to it.
Do you like this time of year where it's playoff time there for the Panthers?
Yeah, it's an exciting time for us. It's the weather gets a little bit cooler. It just means a little bit more, I think, this time of year. So it's really exciting. Every game's important. Every game matters. It's what you live for as a player and as a coach. So we're excited about the playoffs.
Well, I know for all the Panthers fans out there, they released the brackets. You guys are the 3 seed. You're going to take on the 6 seed Tampa, who you played about a month ago. Coming up Monday, 4:30 on your campus. We'll start here. What do you think of this matchup, Coach?
Yeah, I think we're all really excited about it. Obviously, when we played Tampa in the regular season, everybody was a little bit disappointed with the results and our performance. And so I think it's a great opportunity for the girls to come out and, kind of prove the team and the quality that we have. So we're looking forward to it. Playing at home is always such an advantage as well with being in your routine and the surface and with friends and family. So we're really excited. It's I think it's one of the times of years where everything just gets way more exciting for everybody.
What is the difference in your eyes? You've done this for a while. All right, a regular season match, like you said, lost 2-1, but now you're in a playoff. Is it a whole other level? How do you try to attack it as a head coach?
Yeah, I think you don't want to make it any more than it is. It's all about putting a performance together and a game plan that the teams can buy into and feels good about. And then I know that we have the leadership and the qualities and the characters in our locker room that are going to step up to the occasion and lead the team and do what we need to do. And I think it's all about managing those emotions and what the game means and the implications of it. But I think that we've got all the pieces to the puzzle, and we're excited to be peaking at the right time.
Down the stretch, you won 2 in a row. What did you like about your team down the stretch? Get ready for Monday.
Yeah, it was really good for us not to give up goals. So that was something that was really great is 2 shutouts. We were really happy about that. I think, we also were able to get some goals, and we've been generating a lot of shots, and we've kind of lacked a bit of the grittiness inside of the box, and that's something we've talked about. So for us to get a few goals in there and just kind of take some of the pressure off and allow us to really play the game how we want to play. We've been good on the ball all season. We've been good in possession and good with moving and creating and all those types of things. But just seeing some of those final pieces come together was really exciting. And I think that the girls felt good about it and feeling confident and getting the buy-in, and that's really important this time of year.
Well, then the $10,000 question is, what do you guys need to improve on postseason now?
Yeah, everything postseason, I think it comes down to moments and moments in games, and if you execute and if you're able to command the games how we want to and to play the games and to put in the performances that we train all year for, I think that that's the most important thing. And then I think also knowing that in these moments, it's really important for us to just put those final pieces together and to make sure that we stay within ourselves and we do what we do and we fall back on the habits and the training and the preps and everything that we've done all year long.
Okay, so you guys have the routine. Let's say you play once a week, maybe twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
Your players are going to class, you have practice. Do you throw that out the door postseason? Where it's every other day or maybe 1-2 every day of the week?
No, I don't think so. I think the girls are so good and so used to their schedule and the routines. And honestly, I think it helps them to be busy. It helps them to not, think too much and not make too much of stuff and just go about the days. They spend so much time together with classes and, with in the locker room and film and different things that we do. So we keep everything the same. It's one of those things where we trust our training and we trust the processes that we have in place. And so we just want to make sure the girls keep, obviously like we'd like for them to sleep a little bit more, maybe not stay up so late on homework, but no, we keep everything the same for sure.
That's not a bad excuse. Sorry, I was doing homework.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take some more of that for sure.
Okay, so what's the practice schedule right now for the team?
Yeah, so we had a day off after the game, and so we're in full prep mode. So we found our opponent last night, and that's kind of what we're doing now is getting ready for a game plan, focusing on some things that we need to continue improving on within ourselves, and then to the field we'll kind of have like a periodization type period this week of a heavy session, a lighter session, a recovery, a match day -1 session. So we'll get everything in line, and I think the girls will. The biggest thing is to feel confident, to feel fresh, to feel energized, and to feel really good going into the game on Monday. So that's kind of the plan. After the game Monday, we'll recover and hopefully have some more soccer to play that week as well. So it's exciting.
Okay. This is for all the fans out there. You forget about the collegiate level. All right. You're worrying about this team. You're getting ready for the conference tournament coming up Monday. But are you also recruiting nonstop behind the scenes, trying to juggle all this?
There's a lot of moving pieces for sure. I think, and that's something for me as a new coach that I've had to learn how to balance and how to manage. And so we definitely put the recruiting on the back burner during the season. It's all about the girls we have here and getting the most out of the girls we have here. So we do both, but we do still recruit. And obviously with the portal opening and other team seasons over and different pieces like that, we're always looking ahead to the future too, and trying to make sure we have all the pieces to the puzzle and, learning from what worked well this year, what didn't work, what we need more of, what we don't need more of, that type of stuff. So we're always kind of juggling 5 or 6 things at a time. But again, that's kind of the fun part of it too. It's a lot of planning, but also it's fun to see it in action when we play our games and with the team we have.
I had you on, I'd say about 2 months ago, and we only did a phone interview. So some people might not have heard that. So I want to reset with you here about recruiting. What type of player are you looking to recruit to play for you there for the Panthers?
Yeah, I think for us, again, we're always kind of learning and growing and what works and what's effective and what's not. I think the most important thing for me is a high character person. I think we have to make sure that we have good people on our team, good people in our locker, and that's where everything starts. Obviously, scholar athletes is what we're after at Florida Tech, knowing how rigorous our school load is, and finding the right fit academically has been something that's really important as well. And then in terms of on the field, it's really just kind of, we need intelligent players, we need technical players, we need players that want to be on the ball, that want to control the game with the ball. But also we need the balance. We need somebody with special qualities and pace, and somebody with a great left foot, and somebody with, the ability to dominate in the air. And there's just different pieces that you're always looking for. So I think the biggest thing with recruiting is just finding players that are special at what they do and are confident in what they do, and then they fit your culture of your team, and just on the human level, they're good people that you want to be around, and you want to have, you want to surround the team with those type of people.
I imagine you also go like, I don't like giving up goals, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that number one on the list for coach? Don't give up goals.
Yeah, I think we're pretty we're a pretty offensive oriented team, so I kind of go the other way, to be honest. That's why my assistant Scott's so great. He's a little bit more balanced for me. So I've always said I'm all right winning a game 5-4 if we need to, but no, again, it's just that special quality, that mentality. You can see it when you watch players when you're recruiting. Even on our team, you can see players that they're just go into this competitive mode, and you can tell like there's something special about them. They're suffering something different. They'll give anything for the team, that type of thing. So I think that's something that we really look for. That's really hard to find, but when you do find it, it's really special.
Okay. Is that a reflection of how you like to play as a player when you say those answers?
I think so. I think that's part of coaching, is coaching in an authentic way that is within how you see the game and how you understand the game. And so I think for when I played, I was a number 10, which is an attacking center mid. So I got on the ball. I like to create. I like to pass. I think it's the most joyful way to play the game. And I think that's a lot of fun for the girls to get on the ball and to create and pass as well. So definitely part of my identity as a player and how I played, but it's also my understanding of the game and how I think that, you can control the game with the ball, and we can get on the ball, and we can, move opponents with our passing and with our movement and with our interchange. And so, yeah, it's definitely part of it, but again, it's the balance is important. So Scott is our assistant. Scott, he is a Scottish center back. So he's a hard-nosed, he's all about just being tough, being physical, no nonsense type approach to the game as well. So again, it's a balance. It's naive to think you can pass your way to winning games, because you can't. So it's finding all the right pieces for sure.
Okay, for our Panthers fans, Coach, where did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. So a suburb called Homewood. So I grew up, it was good place.
When you were a little kid, was soccer always the dream? This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I think I loved sports of all kinds. I actually played baseball for a while. was obsessed with the Atlanta Braves. I don't know, it was a phase I went through. But then soccer, I think I just naturally like kind of gravitated towards it because of, again, it was just a very free flowing sport. So you're always moving, you're always thinking, you're always creating, you're always working together with other people. So I think that that's what I naturally just fell in love with the most.
You don't root for the Braves anymore?
No, I still do. I still do.
You still do? You make it like, nah, I'm over them. I've
Well,
evolved.
my baseball phase. I'm over my baseball phase, but
okay. Who are your soccer teams that you rooted for growing up?
The Atlanta Beat was the WUSA team at the time. We would go over. They had a Chinese player, Sun Wen, who I thought was so good. I think obviously the U.S. national team. There wasn't a whole lot of professional women's sports at the time, so it was mostly the men. I think once I got into high school and the EPL started becoming more mainstream in the U.S., I got into Liverpool. So Liverpool's my team I support now. But it was just any type of good soccer. Carlos Valderrama, he was my favorite player growing up. He had the big curly hair. I think he played for a Florida team, but he was my favorite. Yeah.
The best professional team I ever saw was Team USA Women's Soccer. I saw them. Was this like about 10 years ago now when they were at Camping World Stadium in Orlando? And I'm talking the team with Abby Wambach, Hope Solo. They played in Brazil. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a machine. That's the best I've ever seen at any level.
The U.S. is they're such a good example, too, of dominating technically, tactically, but also the mentality piece. I mean, they are so competitive. They are so bought into just kind of the tradition and the culture that they have of we are going to be so tough to beat and so hard and so good at what we do. So I played with some players on the team and it's just the way that they approach training and the way that they carried themselves was at a different standard. So it's pretty cool to see.
Where did you play college?
I played at Auburn,
Alabama.
Yep.
Auburn, Alabama. So that was your team. When you were there playing at a high level, did you ever think one day you'd be the head soccer coach in the state of Florida?
No, definitely not. I always loved soccer. I think I didn't really think about being a coach, to be honest, when I was in college. I loved the game and I loved thinking about the game and kind of understanding it from that level. But I was really interested in like international mission work and international development. That was something that I was really keen on. But then, I played after and kind of that period past of going to law school and following that career and that trajectory. I think coaching makes so much sense for me, though, just with how I am as a person and what I value in life and, being able to combine soccer and relationships and, kind of the mentorship aspect of things. So it's been really cool to kind of see it all come together. And I think, everything kind of leads to where you're supposed to be. And I fully believe that. And I think that it's cool seeing that come kind of all together here at Florida Tech.
Do your players jokingly at practice ever challenge you? Like, Coach, I can take it. I'm better than you. That happened from time to time.
Before my last kid, I would train with them and I'd mag them just whenever I could. That was all I was interested in doing. But no, I think, we'll do some like set pieces. I can't really move as well as I used to. So.
Oh, come on.
Soccer, tennis, though, anything technical, I'll take them. I've got an ongoing competition with one of them that, I'm currently winning, but it's all right.
Are you ready for Monday? It's a Thursday now. Are you ready right now?
I think so. I think everybody's just so excited. It's that time of the year too where you don't want to stop playing. You don't want to stop training. You're having so much fun. Just being around everybody, so much fun. And I think we're, obviously it'll be good to kind of prep into the game and, settle emotions and, just kind of like approach it as business-like as possible. But I think if we had to play today, we'd be ready for it for sure.
Great answer. She is the head soccer coach there at Florida Tech. They're getting ready for the conference tournament coming up Monday. You want to go? Yeah, 4:30 with the start against Tampa. Florida Tech's the 3 seed. Tampa's the 6 seed. And the Panthers want to get some revenge. She is Katy Freels. Coach, thanks for your help and good luck with the conference tournament.
Thanks so much, Mark. I appreciate having me on here.